Well, that dueling Trump Pence podium talk is where we're going to start with tonight's political panel. Let's bring in Fox News contributors Leslie Marshall and Jason Chaffetz. Thanks to you both for joining us tonight.
Sure.
I hear there's a lot to unpack with this, but I think let's start here. Former President Trump really aired a lot of grievances tonight. He had a lot on his mind, while Pence basically said, no way, no how, no matter what, no way am I looking backwards at 2020 and what went down. Take a quick listen. I want to get both of you to respond.
I always say I ran the first time and I won. Then I ran a second time and I did much better. We got millions and millions more votes. And you know what? That's going to be a story for a long time. What a disgrace it was.
Now, some people may choose to focus on the past, but elections are about the future. And I believe conservatives must focus on the future to win back America. We can't afford to take our eyes off the road in front of us.
And Jason, you heard Rich's reporting there. He said Pence mentioned former President Trump by name dozens of times in his remarks. Trump never said the word Pence. What do you think?
Look, Mike Pence is a wonderful human being. He will always be magnanimous. I think he's right to point out the successes in the policy, and I think he's actually right to say elections are about the future. Donald Trump, I'm sure, will continue to talk about what he believes are the wrongs of the past. But I think it is the right tactic, and I think most Republicans running for president and for Congress, for that matter, will talk about the success of the America First agenda and the policies that are going to drive the country forward in a positive way. That's what voters are looking for. I think they're tired of some of the grievances of the past.
Interesting. Okay, so Leslie, if voters are tired of the grievances, is it a winning strategy for President Trump to go on about the wrongs of the past?
Well, to his base, yes, because they're in agreement with him. They think the election was stolen and that Joe Biden isn't really the president, but Donald Trump is and should take his rightful place on his throne. But, you know, and that will, you know, possibly, who knows, get him the nomination. It's not looking so in the polls. But you know what? Mike Pence, Donald Trump will be and is an albatross around the neck of Mike Pence either way. With the MAGAs, they hate him and they think that he betrayed the former president. And with the more, you know, mainstream conservative Republicans who feel like their party's been hijacked and they've had enough, they're not going to go with him because they're going to be like, look, you know, you keep, you know, touting the accomplishments of that administration, which you're part of, and you are part of it. You know, you didn't walk away. You made a phone call to Dan Quayle. The list goes on. I'm sorry. I'll go to Vegas. I don't think that Mike Pence is going to be the GOP nominee. And I think it was good that at least he said he wants to look forward, because that's really the only thing I heard him say differently than Donald Trump when it came to a vision. And you need to be different than your opponent, even if you're on the same party, if you're both part of the GOP wearing a red suit.
Well, Jason, the former vice president's chief of staff was on with Brett earlier tonight. He took a pretty hefty swipe when asked about their endorsement of different candidates in Arizona. Take a listen.
Well, I think it's clear that President Trump has supported Kari Lake because of her denial of the election results in 2020.
I mean, I hadn't heard anyone on the Pence team swipe at Trump like that before that comment. Had you?
Well, Mark Short went on and he listed a number of reasons why he thought and the Pence team thought that Donald Trump had picked the wrong candidate there. And look, it's up for the good people of Arizona. They're about to have their primary. They're going to figure this out for themselves. There's pluses and minuses in every candidate. So, but yeah, he took a real shot at him.
Leslie, let's wrap up with a quick question on the economy. Senator Cornyn pointed out earlier today that if you're arguing about what the dictionary definition of a recession is, you are losing the game. It's likely this is what's going to be on everybody's mind at the polls.
It is, but it's interesting. Whether it's inflation or recession, I find it hard, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, to find voters that can actually, masses of voters, that can actually define what they are and how it directly impacts them, although people know those words are bad: inflation, recession. In the past few days, past 72 hours, there are economists such as the CEO of Citibank who have said, Citicorp, who have said, you know, I'm not as pessimistic when I'm seeing some of these numbers. We have seen retail go up, although a little bit. The jobs report, gas prices coming down, unemployment remaining low. So I don't think it's imminent. Some people think, well, textbook definition means that's where we are. We're headed, definitely.
We got to leave it there, but I could talk to you guys all night. Hope everybody tunes in to see you both on Outnumbered on Thursday.
Oh, thanks for the flag. Thanks, Jillian.
All right. Thanks, guys.